Panic as repentant Boko Haram members wielding dangerous weapons invade police station. Not be here. So what would you expect? Some repentant Boko Haram insurgents on Tuesday night invaded the police station in Maiduguri in an attempt to set free their colleagues that were arrested earlier. So you said the federal government is telling us that this repentant Boko Haram, they can always be, rehabilitated and then returned back to society. Some of them have been put into the military. Now look at them now. Was it not sometime in March that they removed over 1,000 repentant Boko Haram from the rehabilitation camp and handed them over to Babagana Zulum, the governor of Borno State, to go and handle them and put them back? It was Chief of Defense Staff that released them. And they released them. They said the governor should condition them and put them back to society to unite with their families. Every time people that are known for violence, you arrest them, rather than prosecuting them, you say they have repented. You return them back to society. Now look at what they have done now. They've gone to set police station ablaze and in an attempt to release their people that were also arrested. Can you imagine? Yeah? So some repentant Boko Haram insurgents on Tuesday night invaded the police station in Maiduguri in an attempt to set free their colleagues that were arrested earlier over alleged drug offenses, witnesses told the Daily Trust on Thursday. However, police public relations officer in Borno State, Kenneth Dasu, who confirmed that there was an incident at the police station, said the assailants were repelled by officers on duty. Can you imagine? They would never say the truth. They would never come out and say the truth. So Dasu said the security breach was heralded by an operation carried out by the police. So he said on the 30th of April 2024, at about 17:45 hours, that is 5:45 p.m., in a joint operation raid at the Kasuwa Fara, following an intelligence report that some drug peddlers, smokers, repentant, and Boko Haram insurgents are indulging in nefarious activities. 8 persons were arrested, including 7 male and a female, in that operation with 476 grams of illicit substances. So as you know, such activities have been banned in the area by the state government since last year. So a few hours after the arrest, some unscrupulous persons, so-called repentant Boko Haram, dressed up in military attire, tried to invade a police station at Ibrahim Taiwo, but were repelled immediately. Can you imagine? He said they were repelled immediately. Yeah? So he invaded the police station and he said they were repelled immediately. Are you sure? Okay, so thereafter they went and attacked Nigerian Immigration Service and NDLEA checkpoint after they welcomed to the township gate and they burnt it down, he said. Can you imagine? So they burned down the immigration office, and they burned down the NDLEA checkpoint. ASP Kenneth said a serious investigation is currently ongoing to unravel those who were behind the act. They set some people free, witnesses said. Can you imagine? However, some eyewitnesses told one of our correspondents that the attackers dressed in military camouflage and wielding cutlasses forcefully gained access into the police station and whisked away some suspects, you see. About 20 of the attackers forced their way into the police station and escaped with some of the detained members. So they left some policemen on duty wounded. They also went on rampage attacking passers-by with the cutlasses before reinforcement by the cracks team arrived, he said. Another witness said the police operatives in the station did their best to repel the attackers but were subdued. Exactly. So why is this ASP saying that they repelled them? Okay, you want to make his own part of the story. Interesting. So it was a sad incident, he said. Residents in the area said they were scared by the development, saying the incident was a clear indication that Maiduguri is no longer safe. Fanta Modu, who owns a restaurant around the area, urged the government to reconsider its approach to issues around the de-radicalization exercise of the federal government. I was relatively young when followers of Mohammed Yusuf, Boko Haram founder, can you imagine, launched simultaneous attacks on Maiduguri in 2009. They also attacked the police headquarters at that time. Honestly, the recent event reminds me of the terrible incident. I am of the view that the so-called repentant Boko Haram members have not fully repented, you see. They are not well refined because if they have been fully reintegrated into society, why would they go back to drugs to the extent that they had the audacity to attack security posts, she asked. We are yet to be briefed, Borno government says. Can you imagine? So contacted last night Abdurrahman Bundi, who is one of the spokespersons for the governor Babagana Zulum, said they were yet to be briefed on the matter and therefore could not comment on it. I just read it on social media. There is no enough information, but I assure you that the government will comment on the matter after we get the correct information on what transpired, he said. Daily Trust recalled that on March 5th, 2021, Governor Zulum said the de-radicalization of repentant Boko Haram members is not working. Exactly. Zulum, who spoke at the Northeast Governors Forum meeting in Bauchi, said that the initiative needed to be reviewed because some of the ex-Boko Haram members only come to spy on communities and then return to join the group. So it has been confirmed that the concept of de-radicalization or safe corridor is not working as expected. Quite often, those who have passed through the safe corridor initiative or have been de-radicalized usually go back and rejoin the terror group after carefully studying the various security arrangements in their host communities during the reintegration process. So the idea of de-radicalization as currently being implemented needs to be reviewed because the main goals and the underlying objectives behind the initiative are not being achieved, he said. That is it now. We know. We know, but government will not agree. We know. So that is exactly what is happening there in Borno State. So it is obvious that the de-radicalization of the Boko Haram suspect arrested and the reintegration back into society is not working. Just like Governor Zulum is saying here, or has said earlier, that these people, they just come to study the environment, study the security architecture, pretend to have repented, and then you give them all the information. The next thing, they go back with the information. That is it. So the idea of Boko Haram people submitting or surrendering is just a gimmick. It's their own strategy of getting information, and it's working for them rather than working for the government. And that is bad. And so people are already saying here, so it's a jihadists don't repent. They are possessed of the spirit of demon. Exactly. Jihadists don't repent. We should also not forget that many were put in military and police, and they are the ones that are burning houses and properties in the south. Not be lying. And that is true. Reason why they recruited them into the security system and they are going for them for their bidding. That is it. If it is only me, every military Kurofo will stay in their state. Okay, they won't be accepted here, and that is true. All the military foot soldiers should remain in their own state and don't come to another person's state. That will be fine. Those who enlisted them are co-terrorists in Nigerian military, and that could be true. So whether you call them bandits or repentant Boko Haram, terrorist is a terrorist anytime, any day. And that is correct as well. How can you repent without Christ? That's a big issue. Their people are ungodly infidels and have no religion. They were indoctrinated into crimes which know no boundary. Forget religion into their mind. They should be arrested and tried in competent courts of law for their crimes against humanity. That is it. But they won't do that because it is their people. They will not do that. Repentant Boko Haram are never repentant. They never repented any day. That is it. They just came, just like Babagana Zulum said earlier. They will just pretend to repent, come into the society, get all the information, study the security architecture, and then when they are released, they go back again into the crime with a more effective approach to perpetrating their crime. That is it. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.